Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. It's 11th of December 2019 today, and we're going to reflect on Matthew 11, 28 to 30, another very short one. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." The Gospel of the Lord. This is one of my all-time favorite verses in Scripture because it contains a tremendous promise. It is the promise of rest, and for the weary and burdened people that we are, it is a promise that we need to appropriate. And how do we do this? By paying attention to the very first thing Jesus says in this passage: "Come to me." That's it. If we go to Him, we will get the rest we need. One of the things that struck me when I first came to the faith is that many spiritual leaders try to draw people to a program or a system or to a set of beliefs or to a particular church or even to themselves. This is fine if they end up with Jesus, but when leaders don't have this as their primary motive, the people they shepherd end up becoming like clones of themselves rather than people who are like Christ. Look around you and you will see the truth of this. Such leaders try to control people, and one of the best ways of doing this is by loading them with a list of rules and regulations. The Pharisees did this in Jesus' time, which is why Jesus kept scolding them. On one occasion he said, "Woe to you, because you load people down with burdens they can hardly carry, and you yourselves will not lift one finger to help them." Now, Jesus' method is very different. He doesn't lay burdens on us. When He tells us to take His yoke upon us, it might seem like He's laying a burden of another kind, but He really isn't. By taking up His yoke, He shoulders our burdens as they weigh nothing. And because the yoke is essentially a yoke of love, He doesn't lay down a whole lot of rules we have to follow. Love doesn't have rules. Love is given freely. When we go to Jesus, we receive His love. Then we love because He first loved us, as John says. In our schools of discipleship, this is what we try to do, to help our students get to know Jesus, because once we get to know Him, we begin to love Him. Love inspires us to greater love. It motivates us to live a holy life. It empowers us to do great things for God. And we will do all of this purely because of love, which is why Jesus said we need to love Him with all we have. All this begins with going to Him. And Jesus is saying to us today, "Come to me, discover my love, and you will love in return." So, let's go to Him. And along with this love, we will find rest for our weary souls.